Welcome back. With me now is Carlton Dallas, and of course he is here to talk about all things business. And today we're going to focus on the Don Ryan Center, which is quite something out here in Bluffton. So tell us a little bit about the history of the center.
Fascinating history. It started as a company that Mr. Don Ryan and Ms. Helen Ryan were vacationing here, and they relocated their company here, which eventually became EvaCore and was recently acquired by a larger entity for, I think, in excess of $1 billion.
Wow.
And so it's a true success story about the value of tourism, people coming here and bringing their businesses.
Right.
And so it's located at 7 Venture Drive, Suite 100, right there in Buckwalter. The CEO is Mr. David Nellums, who has been the executive director before. He too is an entrepreneur and has created his own businesses. They've brought in new talent, Ms. Kimberly Roach, innovation manager, and Ms. Kristen Ling, who is the marketing and operations manager. So they have a full complement to supplement Mr. Nellums.
Right, right. So good team, everyone's behind this. And let's talk a little bit about what it is that they do.
They are a comprehensive incubator. They provide guidance to any business that needs it, from startup to assisting in stages of maturation. They provide support such as structuring, marketing, and exposure to potential partners, collaborators. Numerous successful startups. I was on the board years ago, probably like 8 years ago, and they had some really successful startups. One of the ones that was the most innovative to me was an entity called the Elongator, and that was an individual who created the first flip-down tailgate on a truck. Now we see that on the Chevy trucks, the Sierras, or whatever they are.
Right,
so it's become mainstream, adopted by a major automobile manufacturer. They also partner with Blackwity, which is a self-help organization. They have graduated 8 people in this last class, and they're helping them get started in entrepreneurial activities. They've had more than 20 companies matriculate through the Don Ryan Center over the course of their existence. And like I said, I'm a former board member, and I just think they just are doing wonderful work for the economy and the community.
Well, absolutely. Very impressive numbers and lots of good things coming out of that. So let's talk a little bit about what the future is, what we think the trends are going to be, what the strategies will be to meet those trends.
Yeah, so they are very forward-thinking, and so they're looking at the tendency in the digital world, in the work-from-home world.
Right.
A lot of people are creating companies.
Yeah.
And they're there to provide and make sure that if there's a particular sector or if there's a particular trend that's becoming very concrete, they can provide support to that emerging entity. So some of the things they do is they create partnerships with local entities. So some of their partners are Beaufort County, EDC, Blackwity, which we discussed, SCORE with Mr. Rod Cassavant, which is very, very busy and effective, Beaufort Digital Corridor, Ms. Jess O'Brien. One that I was not familiar with, the Lowcountry Council of Governments, which is a compilation of about 4 counties, and they work collaboratively together.
Interesting.
It has been local chambers, so they really are big on collaboration, partnership, coordination of resources.
Yeah, and I mean, those are some fantastic resources, truly. So if somebody is, interested, they think, oh, I have this idea in my head, or maybe I've kind of started, but I'm not as far along as I'd like to be. How does somebody kind of get involved with getting their help? Yeah,
so you can contact Mr. David Nellums. His email address is dnellums, and Nellums is spelled N-E-L-E-M-S, at townofbluffton.com. You can contact him through the phone, 843-540-0405, and the website is www.donryancenter.com.
Well, I'm so excited to hear more about it and learn more about it, because I've known it's been there, but what a great resource we have right here in Bluffton, and how exciting it is for our town and for the area that we really can turn out some exceptional businesses.
And as a matter of fact, one of the things that we're touting is that we want to name this area the Silicon Garden, to marry the natural environment and the technical aspects that are coming in.
I love that. That's great. Well, Carlton, it's always good to see you, and thank you for the wonderful information about the Don Ryan Center. We so appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And we'll be back with more in just a moment.